One of the most interesting things about getting lots of emails from people is that people very often betray what they're thinking and their preconceptions of something. In the case of people losing a lot of weight, one of the biggest misconceptions is that it is an easy journey, that it is somehow magical. And that's an extension of what's called the nirvana fallacy. So take, for instance, the nirvana fallacy applied to politics. You say, I don't believe in any of the candidates we have now in this election. My perfect candidate would believe this, and you give a list, criteria of it, and then you come back to the real world and nobody's a match. Obviously, because that's the nirvana fallacy. You create an alternate universe in your mind where everything is perfect. And so, of course, nobody will ever come along who's perfect. You'll never have a candidate come along who is exactly a match for you, politically or otherwise. Apply that to the journey down in weight. And I'm talking here for those of you who have not lost a lot of weight and who have just read and watched videos about it. The journey is different if you're a big person, if you're coming from being a big person. It's different because you don't understand the dynamic of being particularly big and losing a lot of weight. It is not a glamorous journey in the sense that it's going to be imperfect. It just is. And so I get emails, and the emails say stuff like this. Some of them, most of them, by the way, are very positive. Most of the emails I get, overwhelmingly. But once in a while, somebody comes along who's really clueless and hateful and condescending. And a link to my story has usually been posted on like a bodybuilding forum or some nutrition forum where people are not very friendly to intermittent fasting. And they come out and they say, well, this is terrible. This is not a good way to lose weight because you're going to lose all your muscle. That's the same fallacy we're talking about. If you're coming from 100 plus pounds and you're losing a lot of weight, there is not going to be an easy way to really do it. You're going to have to make the sacrifices involved. And that entails, number one, being hungry, number two, being consistent and stable, understanding how to get back in control, number three, having a routine where you pay your hunger debt, and all of the other things that I've explained in other videos. There's not going to be a very easy way to do it. So if you've never been a big person, you may not understand. As far as muscle loss goes, the truth is, if you're 100 plus pounds overweight, yes, you're going to lose some muscle. Just going to tell you that right now. You'll hear from a lot of different weight loss gurus and people online that there's a way where you can preserve all of your muscle and lose only fat. Well, I don't believe that. And the reason is because not even the bears, who are the masters of weight loss on this planet, they're straight from the mind of God into existence that you cannot improve on the metabolism of a bear. Even they lose some muscle during their seasonal fast, even though it's very, very little. So the idea that the journey is going to be perfect is complete nonsense. Yes, you're going to lose some muscle while fasting. The good thing is it doesn't have to be very much depending on your body type. Certain people who are more muscular and fat, they're going to lose more muscle than someone who's may not be as muscular. The reasoning behind that is that your body doesn't know what to preserve. It just burns off all that it can turn into nourishment. And so many people who try to lose weight in weight loss forums, like these bodybuilder group forums where they teach you to do workouts for weight loss, one, the weight loss is going to be stupidly slow, if it works at all. But two, it's also going to be, you're going to look terrible because you're going to look beefy and husky, like a big slab of bacon. You're not really going to look very good at all. So it's best to take off be where your body needs to be. Stop carrying around all of that fat and lose the weight. Make that your priority first. Folks, stuff in life, it comes back to priorities. It comes back to setting simple priorities, usually one at a time. Your first priority should be to get yourself in a healthy weight range. We talked about that. We talked about setting goals. We talked about getting in the proper weight range when you weigh yourself, have a goal, all of that. Do that first, because then you will be where you want to be. You can build back muscle. You can build back strength. And by the way, you can maintain strength. You can maintain strength. You're not going to lose very much strength. You're not going to lose a lot of energy. Once you adjust to fasting, you're going to really enjoy seeing how much energy you have. But the sacrifice will sometimes come in the sense that as you lose body fat, you do lose some muscle. So be it. Most of our considerations with weight loss in this day and age are purely cosmetic. And here's another big bombshell. The bombshell is you don't need to worry at all about really how your body looks, or if you're carrying some weight. You can lose a little weight and be just fine. You don't even have to. In fact, you can carry some weight on you. Not all people who are obese or overweight are unhealthy. That's a big shocker. We put so much emphasis on the cosmetic side of things. The fact of the matter is, what's your rhythm? How functional are you? How apt are you to be able to live a productive life? Are you able to go a day without thinking about food, or most of a day thinking without food? Thinking not about food, but about other more productive activities. Is that you? You should be able to tell if you're honest with yourself and you have a rhythm in life, a balance. It's not going to be that hard. But what you do have to get rid of is all of the sensationalism, all of the, in a perfect world, it would be like this sort of thing. Yes, we can always dream, but the fact of the matter is, if you are making progress and you are a big person, you understand what it's like to crave incessantly. You understand what it's like to binge eat until you are absolutely sick or sitting by the toilet, which of course I've been many times. If you understand those things, and you've been through that, then you know what I'm talking about here. If you don't, then you understand a lot more. Then hopefully you will understand a lot more where I'm coming from after this video. It is not a journey that is easy by the standards of most people. It is very difficult, and it is it's long. It takes, even though you'll probably make progress toward your goal faster than you imagine, it's still something that requires a lot of you. And it requires you to understand that when every step that you take forward, I say this on my 9 fundamentals of weight loss, every step that you take forward is a step forward. You're that much closer to your goal with every step.